עמדה ליקוטי מוהר"ן כי על ידי עכו"ם פוגם בתפארת, כמו שכתוב, כתפארת אדם לשבת בית. The house, the bite, it's a very important thing, it's a very important aspect. The glory of the person, it's in his house. Tiferet avot banim. The glory of the parents is their children. And 99.9% of the success of the children depends in what that they saw in their houses. If really people want their children to be educated, to send them to the best school will not going to bring the best result. But if they will always going to see their parents having shalom bayit and honoring each other and helping each other and supporting each other, so they're going to be educated children. If you want polite children, you need to have polite parents. If you want wise and honorable and clever children, parents need to behave like that. So really, if a person goes outside and he's very honorable between people, and that's not an evidence for his real level. Only in his house, if his wife she's happy with him, if his children are growing and they're happy and they're educated, that's the evidence for his success, really what he achieved in life. And we cite also about Avraham Avinu that it's written that Hashem is saying to Avraham, Ata yadati ki yireh Elokim ata. Only now I can tell for sure that you are real yireh Elokim, you have complete faith. Why just now? It was the 10th test. It wasn't the first, not the second. He already threw himself to the water. He already went to the desert. He already was holding in a lot of tests in faith. And only now, because only now, when he was about to sacrifice his son Yitzchak, and Yitzchak was ready also to be sacrificed. So by doing that, Yitzchak, from the side of Yitzchak, we saw actually that Avraham Avinu achieved something with him educating his children, because his child was also in his level, that he was ready also to sacrifice himself. So then it's an evidence that you got a result, you achieved something as a result for your effort. So why the house is so important in this aspect of the glory? Because the house, the temple, the Beit HaMikdash, that's our glory. That Beit HaMikdash is in our hometown in Jerusalem, in the Holy Land that we received from Hashem Yitbarach. And today you know that the nations are arguing and denying Beit HaMikdash supposed to be in Har HaBayit, that the Muslims, they built their mosque over there and they're imagining for themselves that it's got some eternal being over there and just a husk. It's not a mosque, it's a husk. It's just covering the holy place, the holy stone of Even HaShtiyah, the stone that the Creator started to create the world from that stone. And they themselves, when they're praying over there, so they're actually praying to Mecca. So when the Muslims are in that mosque bowing to their God, to the one that they believe in, they're actually bowing to Mecca. So actually they're giving their back to the stone. When they're over there in the mosque, and let's say the stone is here, so they're all standing over here, and when they're bowing, they're showing their back, or their behind actually, to the holy stone, to the holy center of the universe. And they're bowing to Mecca. So they themselves don't get it. They don't have what they're holding. They don't understand what's going on over there. They're bowing to Mecca. What there is in Mecca? Okay, Muhammad went to jump from Mecca, from that stone in Mecca to heaven. That's according to their faith. Okay, great. So go to Mecca. What do you want from that place? That place is not belongs to you. That land is not belongs to you. Okay, they don't get it. I don't need to explain it to them. It's okay. One day they'll come and ask and we'll explain it to them. It's not a problem. We're able to do it. Soon we're going to translate our videos to Arabic. 500 languages, they have different languages. They have Iraqit, Iranit, Mitzrit, Yardenit. Every language over there is different. So, okay, we need some nice students to help us translating our shiurim to Muslims. So But actually, they don't understand what they have because it haven't been given to them. It's not theirs to. Okay, so the nations are arguing and claiming to some ownership, baalut, on that place and trying to take it from our hands. Okay, that's the war. On that we're fighting. It's not a problem. We're ready to fight. The thing is that we need to understand that as long as we don't have the house, the temple, so we don't have our glory. But we cannot go and build a Beit HaMikdash because we have a prohibition on that. We're not allowed to build the third temple. The third temple will come from heaven. We just need to wait for that. But we don't have our glory. This is why it's written that Mashiach Tzidkenu, He's going to come and Gdulatenu v'tifartenu yegale Mashiach Tzidkenu. Mashiach Tzidkenu will come and going to reveal to each and every one of us how important we are. And He's going to be the one that also going to build the Beit HaMikdash. He's going to be the one that corresponding to his prayer, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will decide, okay, I'm rebuilding, I'm bringing down the third temple, the Beit HaMikdash, the eternal temple. Just the thing is that we heard once that Rabbi Nachman said, the student of Rabbeinu HaKadosh, he said, my Mashiach is already here. Mashiach sheli kvar higia, hu kvar kan. So what it means? It means that when a person is growing with his wisdom and he's achieving more and more in faith and in holiness, so he realized already what's going to be the job when Mashiach is going to be here. Let's say now, for an example, that Hashem going to tell me that I am Mashiach. Okay, let's pretend that it never happened, and I don't believe that it will. I have too many big sins that I made that are showing to me that I'm not the chosen one. But let's say that Hashem Yitbarach came to me and told me, you are Mashiach. Actually, I'm going to continue doing exactly what I'm doing today as Mashiach. Why? Because you, as no matter who you are, need to do the best that you can. And if I know that I'm trying to do the best that I can, so even if I'm going to be Mashiach or not Mashiach, it's my job to do what I'm supposed to do. So let's say that now I'm not Mashiach and someone else is Mashiach. And then Mashiach came and I'm going to meet him and I'm going to shake his hand and going to tell him Shalom Aleichem. I hope he will be happy to meet me. I'll tell him Shalom Aleichem. I'm going to say the brachot that I have. You need to say brachot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 brachot. When you see Mashiach, you need to have 5 brachot. So I have them in my pocket that I'm going to be ready. You need to say Gaal Yisrael, Shechianu, Shechalak Mechochmato Lire'av, Shechalak Mikvodo Lire'av, and Chacham Arazim. 5 blessings that you need to say on Melech HaMashiach when he's coming. Immediately I'm going to say it kashrut and going to say the bracha. I'm going to be very excited for sure. And then after it, B'ezrat Hashem, I hope I'm going to be able to shake his hand. And then after we're going to finish that amazing meeting, I'm going to come back to the center and we're going to continue doing what that we're doing. If it's going to be after the class or before the class, nothing going to change. We're going to do 1 hour Hitbodedut in that day. We're going to go back to our houses and telling, wow, you don't know my wife today. I met Mashiach. Nothing going to change. It's Olam keminago noheh. The world going to be the same. So it doesn't matter who Mashiach is, we need to do the best. So for the righteous people, the tzaddikim, that Mashiach already came for them. What it means Mashiach already came? They already understand what Hashem Yitbarach is He wants from them. So they're doing it. So Mashiach already came for them. Means the Geulah is already happening. They can see the Geulah. Because you see that the circles are growing and more people are coming. And yesterday we posted a video that got to 2,800 views in few hours. So okay, you realize that something is happening here. So it's growing. Once we had only 30, and then we had only 70, and then we had 200. Why? And we were so happy celebrating with 200 views. And now we have it in less than an hour. So we're happy, very, very happy. And we understand that we just started. Because also 2,800 is a very tiny number compared to the amounts of people that really needs to hear that wisdom and to learn that lesson and to grow and develop spiritually. So Mashiach already here, and we need to understand that for the Pe'er V'Ayofi, for that glory, that we're going to start looking at our own beauty. Who are we? What Hashem Yitbarach gave us? What we have? What are the tools that we have? And not to be confused all of the time from what that we're going through in life. Okay, so you don't have a kitchen. Okay, so your house is not organized. Okay, so you're not married. So, okay, you don't have children. Okay, so you cannot sit and learn Gemara. Okay, so you don't have parnasa. You don't have how to go and do shoppings for the holiday. Okay, I understand it, but don't fall for me to sadness and despair. Spare it from yourself. Just realize, okay, I'm stuck in this situation, but I'm not going to be kofar in Hashem Yitbarach because of that. I'm not going to fall for my happiness. The wife of Rabbi Zusha was dancing and she was happy even though that she was poor. She was walking barefoot. And Rabbi Zusha wasn't in a different situation. Rabbi Israel of Odesser, his children died from hunger. And he was the happiest person in the world. You can never imagine the huge smile that he had on his face. And his wife was the same. She was his wife. We're not talking about different people. It's the same neshama. They were happy. And they lost their children. What can you do? When Rabbi Meir Baal HaNes lost his 2 children, his wife didn't tell him. Why she didn't tell him? Because it was Shabbat. And she kept it in secret until Moshe Shabbat to tell him because she didn't want it to upset him in Shabbat. So she had that power. And no one's going to give you that power. You're not going to go to a class and you're going to receive that power. No one's going to come and give you a shot of power. You need to take that power. You need to decide, hey, I want to be strong. I'm taking life seriously. I'm taking faith seriously. I'm going to be a believer. I'm not falling anymore. It's in your hands. You need to take that decision and to follow Hashem Yitbarach and not to move to the sides and not to let depression and sadness to overpower you anymore. It's in your hands. To be Simcha, it's an obligation. Rabbeinu said, mitzvah gdola, it's an obligation. Can you think that someone going to obligate you to something that you're not able to make? It's the most cruel thing in the world. It's the most horrible thing in the world to tell someone like that. The Nazis were doing it. Telling someone, you need to take off that lamp. And if you're not, we're killing you. And he's not able. He's not. That's exactly how they were abusing us. Telling them, you need to work 25 hours a day, with no food, with no water, with nothing. No, you're gonna do exactly like Paro said to Jewish people. You to the Israelis, you need to find it, to make the cement also. How and to keep the same standards, same work, same amounts of work, and from now on you also need to make the cement. How do you want this? And we're not supplying you no more materials. Okay, you killed us. Can you think that Hashem Yitbarach is going to do something like that to you? When He tells you that you need to be happy, it's from that you're going to learn that you can be happy. With food, without food. Like Rabbeinu said, ken tochal, lo tochal, you're going to eat, you're not going to... What? Let's say now it's Pesach, and you didn't make food for Pesach. You didn't. So what? You can really? You cannot be happy in Pesach? What's the problem? You cannot find a bottle of wine and to give the mitzvah. You cannot have matzot for Pesach. What you won't have? Meat, fish, vegetables. What your happiness depends in meat and in cooked vegetables. That's your happiness. Because of that, you said no. You won't have pink napkins. Who cares about that? Decide from the beginning, I'm not buying napkins for this Pesach. Okay, so celebrate without napkins. You need a table, you need chairs. Sit on the floor. There are groups in Am Yisrael that are doing Pesach sitting on the floor. That's exactly their tradition. Sit on the floor. You don't have furniture. Great, sit on the floor. Let's say that Pesach will be on the floor. What's going to happen? You want to be sad. You choose sadness. You choose that your happiness is going to be depends and such. And I'm telling you, the highest things, the most important things. No, I'm talking about Emunah Torah. I'm talking about basic honor. I'm talking about the basic things. It's nonsense. You're lying to yourself. If your happiness depends in that, so your faith is very low. You need to say thank you to Hashem Yitbarach that He created you, that you're here, that you can believe in Him. barefoot, running for your life, thanking and praising Hashem Yitbarach on the another moment that He gave you. And you should be so thrilled and happy that you're alive. And it's a war. I'm not saying it's not a war, but it's a war that you can win in that war. And that's our mission. Ki besimcha tetzeu, because you're going to go to liberty, to freedom, only in happiness, only in joy. Crazy slavery of Eve of Pesach. That's not the will of Hashem. That's not the will of Hashem. Do as much as you can. Try. No matter what, Rabotenu said for us the halacha that in Chatzot Hayom, in the half of the day of Eve of Pesach, every chametz, even you haven't cleaned it, even if you haven't sold it, even if you have, they are taking it away from you. It's not yours. It's not your chametz anymore. And it's become to be like earth, like mud, like earth. That's halacha. Chachamim took it away from you. It's not yours anymore. It doesn't have no real existence anymore after the half of the day of Eve of Pesach. So even let's say that you haven't cleaned your house, not you didn't want it, something happened. You were anus. And you couldn't finish cleaning for Pesach. In Chatzot Hayom, the house is clean. Because you don't have no more chametz in the house, even if you see those crackers. You need to take them and throw that piece of filth to the garbage. Because it's not chametz anymore. There is no chametz b'Pesach. Reality, there is no chametz b'Pesach. Because Rabotenu took it away from us in Chatzot Hayom. Why they're telling you that you have chametz in Pesach? Because they want you to take the effort, to put the effort to take it all out. Okay, so do it. Whatever you're able to do. But if you're not able to reach all of those high ceilings and shelves and cracks and behind the closets and some woman is asking if she needs, after that she's finishing carving between the tiles, if she needs to put economic over there, soap on it to damage the taste of the tiles. You need to damage the taste of the chametz, not of the tiles. No one is eating chametz from the tiles. It's not chametz, it's filth. It's not the halacha. People lose their mind. Dust bunnies, it's not chametz. Spider webs, it's not chametz. Your curtains are not chametz. Your walls are not chametz. And even if you forgot something in that crack, and even if you're going to see it in Pesach, oy vey, nothing happened. You don't count on what that you said. Kol chamira v'chamia deika birshuti. Every chametz that I own, I'm making it hefker, become to be like the ground, like afar afra da'ara, like sand, dust of the earth, and that's it. And it doesn't have no existence anymore in Pesach. But you don't believe in it. You don't believe in yourself. So if you're going to see something in Pesach, you're going to say, hey, it's chametz. No, it's not chametz. You forgot what that you done 1 hour ago when you done mechirat chametz, when you burned asita avarat chametz, you burned the chametz. Chametz is dead. Chametz doesn't have no existence for you anymore in Pesach. Relax. Relax, guys. We're trying. We should do everything that we can do to clean as much as we can clean, to fix as much as we can fix, and to burn the chametz, and to sell the rest of it, and that's it. And not to kill ourselves for Pesach. We're not sacrifice korban Pesach. We're not the sacrifice of Pesach. We need to sacrifice korban Pesach. We need to be worthy. We need to be humble. We need to be happy. We need to be normal. We need to look for Hashem. We need to have faith. If we lost our faith in that task after the dust bunnies, so we misinterpret the Torah mitzvot and the obligation of Pesach. So Bet HaMikdash for us, it's to find the good points in ourselves and to keep Torah mitzvot out of sale mind and to be calm and to be relaxed and to be happy and to serve Hashem in joy. על אשר לא עבדתם אותי בשמחה. Hashem is blaming Am Yisrael, telling them, complaining, why you served me without happiness, without joy. Your happiness cannot be depends in the sofa, cannot be depends in the food, in the meat, in the groceries, in the vegetables. You should be happy because you must be happy, because it's an obligation, means you're able to achieve it, to become happy, even if you're naked, barefoot, alone, running for your life. Also that you need to thank Al Kol Neshima, Kol Neshama Ta'aleliyah, on every breath that you take. Thank you Hashem. Thank you Hashem. On your deathbed, thank you Hashem. Thank you Hashem. In the worst situation, if you're not holding that level, so which level you want to hold? We need to prepare ourselves to the world to come. How are you going to prepare yourself to the world to come if you're not going to be ready to die every moment for Hashem Yitbarach? So you need to be ready to lose everything, every moment, and then you can be happy, and every good thing, every good point you find. Oh, I also learned one Mishnah today, it's amazing. Oh, I'm dressed, thank God, I have tzitzit, wow. My beard, you know how many times I didn't shave my beard? Can you imagine? How many times I didn't shave my beard? You can never, I can't count. How many times I was holding myself in the beginning of my tshuva? My wife for months, she wouldn't talk to me. Really, she didn't want to talk to me. She said it's disgusting and this and that. Today she realized I'm the most beautiful person in the world. But it took her time, it took her a long time. We went through a lot, every person went through a lot. And you cannot take from him what that he achieved. Why you cannot take it? Because he achieved it, because it's his. The times that you learned, it's yours. The time that you prayed, it's yours. The sacrifices you sacrificed, it's yours. No one can take it from you. Just you need to appreciate it more and to understand what you have and to be happy with your share. Thank you. Chazak u'baruch.